Right, so I'm here with Conor O'Neill of Loudervoice. Conor, most people here will know you as the voice, the face, the body of Web2 Ireland together with Fergus. I suppose before we even go any further, just explain who Loudervoice is and what they do, because well, many people will know you. I'm sure there are some that won't.
True enough. So Loudervoice have been around for a while. What we do is we put customer reviews on your website. So anybody who knows anything about reviews knows what they can do for you. They're good for SEO, they're good for feedback, they're good for social media. Mostly, they're good for trust. That's what people want when they're buying, and that's what we give businesses. So whether it's hotels, e-commerce operations, hairdresser, we have a hairdresser, anything, you use reviews to help grow your business, and that's the heart of what Loudervoice is all about.
So you provide the service as an end-to-end drop-in solution for someone to put reviews onto their website.
Onto their own website, yes. So it's an embeddable. In most cases, it's a very easily embeddable solution that done as software as a service. So you pay a small monthly fee every month. No big long contracts. All of the content belongs to the customer. So we're very much about empowering our clients to empower their customers to give them feedback.
Great, make it easy and simple for that to happen. Great. So onto the web. You've been here pretty much every year since it started, or almost every year?
Yeah, well, the first 2 years were leweb, so I missed both of those. Then 2006 was the first year where it became leweb. So I've been there every year since then. I mean, back in 2006, it felt big at the time compared to where we are now. It was a couple of hundred people. It was great. It was, the kind of the starting point for coming all these other years. That the mix of what they do here is different to a lot of conferences, and I think that's. I'm talking to a lot of people over the past 2 days who haven't been here, and that's the bit that catches people's attention. That it's not. I've never been to Mobile World Congress, but I've been to CeBIT, and CeBIT's a cattle mart. We know ETH is a cattle mart. It's massive amounts of people. It's impossible to network. The web's about meeting people, having chats, having a cup of coffee. You're not doing a hard sell. You're not trying to walk away with a term sheet over a cup of coffee. You're here to meet people, find out some interesting stuff. You'll always get. It's not necessarily announcements, but you'll always get find out about stuff first here.
Direction.
Yeah, exactly. And it's hints, it's nudges, it's a sense of where's this company going. There's some great stuff earlier on with the automatic guys talking about WordPress. But that goes all the way back to the start. We've been having that since back then. It's grown and it's grown and it's grown. It's famous for its controversy. Every year we have controversy. I don't know what it's going to be this year, the snow.
Maybe, yeah.
People getting back to their hotels at 5 o'clock in the morning because they couldn't get through the snow. But the controversy bit's good. It is a reason to come back as well, whether it's fights or whether it's the heating breaking. Wi-Fi was the famous one. This location was used back in 3 years ago. I'll be honest, it's not as good as the 104, the Morgue, which was used last year and the year before. It's spread across 4 buildings, which at the height of the summer probably makes loads of sense. When there's a snow blizzard blowing outside, people stick in the one room. So what you have is, where myself and yourself are now, is the demo room, or the demo zone. We have the main area over on the other corner, and then with a sort of a networking area. And most people are going to be in the main area because that's where all the talks are on, which causes problems. Whereas the 104, and actually the one back in 2006, is the same, one building, everybody in one place, moving from kind of room to room. The serendipity bit is lacking in this setup because you literally, a guy may not come into this building at all.
You're more fragmented.
Yeah, it's there for whatever reason. Now EI is here and it's working much better than I expected, to be fair. We've got a good footfall. If we were slap bang in the middle of the main area, we'd have a lot more footfall, but I'm sure you could quadruple the price of the stuff.
And you'd be in the middle of Orange and Google and Intel, and it would be a difficult sell. Slightly different positioning.
Yeah, this is very laid back here. There's people that are just wandering in, having a look, grabbing a coffee, and Ireland. And I knew that was going to be the case. It was going to be, why is a country here? And they are, and it's a first. I don't think it will be a last. disappointment, I suppose, is not everybody can make it because of the bloody weather, so we're missing some of the guys. But the ones that are here, everybody seems to be getting something out of it. And it's not, it's some cases Team RPM, it's customers. In our case, it's just general profile building, networking. In other cases, it's fundraising. Partnerships. I think we've probably secured 2 partnerships over the past day and a half in Europe, which, the European thing, I had a great chat with the head of EI in France a while back, and France, for many companies, is a bigger could be a bigger market than the UK.
Yes.
But we don't know how to address it, and they have entire schemes in place to help you do that, and it is very interesting. The types of people I've been talking to the past 2 days, they're invisible to us because it's France. It's not Silicon Valley. It's not on TechCrunch. It's not on Mashable.
And it's not the UK either, which is even more visible.
Yeah, I think there's opportunities that may come from this that we wouldn't have otherwise seen.
Great.
Other thoughts quickly. I'll be interested to see. I didn't see many of the startups speak. The Cowell guys with Pinpoints are part of the startup competition. We'll find out later on today how they did. It is slightly problematic having the startups over here because they're not getting as big an audience as they otherwise might. And I hope, I don't know if they can go back to the 104. I hope they can, because I won't say it's the perfect. I mean, last year they pretty much hit every single goal. I mean, I don't think they got anything wrong.
No.
But for whatever reason, we're back here. I'm enjoying it. Everybody else is enjoying it. And if nothing else, this is the biggest Irish presence we've ever had. Last year was our low point.
Yes.
It was me. It was you. It was Joe. It was
Colin.
Colin. Yeah. And that was it. This year we've got a presence, and I hope next year we're going to have a presence as well, because it is that. It's the event for Europe. I mean, it's the web event for Europe, where TechCrunch or whatever is the TC50 or TC Disrupt. Sorry, is the web event for the US.
Great.
Yeah, that's it.
Okay, Conor, thanks very much. Good background, good insight. I think many people won't have heard of leweb, and last year was my first time here. I'm learning all the time as well, and I hope the people that are looking at this video and looking at the Web2 Ireland videos will get a real sense for the opportunities here, and for Irish people, and for how we do business in terms of relationships, and how Europeans do business in terms of relationships. I think it's absolutely the right place to be.
Yeah, I think people can learn a lot from you on that, because I know you do a lot of work in Europe, and I've had those conversations about the way business is done in the US and the UK is different to the way business is done here, and we're probably somewhere in the middle as Irish people, and with a little nudge we can possibly do it the French way.
Excellent. Well, Conor, thanks a lot, and hope you've enjoyed it. I'm sure we're going to enjoy the rest of it, and we will get this uploaded and share it with the wide world.
Thanks very much.
Thanks, Conor.